feel like I have privacy. People driving around in the highways. Should be my freeway today. Just kidding. Anyways, no, it's kind of awkward when I'm trying to think about something serious and I have a phone pulled up in the air. But anyways, I wanted to talk about the form of godliness. Okay, the form of godliness. I remember talking about the basics in another video. I hope that people can check that out. It's really, really important thought. I think it's really good. Way behind today, some system failure, and, so we're like way discombobulated today, but that's the way it is. This is the form. I notice a really widespread epidemic of an issue. It's called act like the form doesn't even exist, okay, among the quote-unquote spirit-filled crew, kids. They want to be the elite, and so they reject the form of godliness as if it doesn't have a big part of it. Okay, rejecting the form is to reject the law of God. Okay, rejecting the form is not Christian. Okay, some people are so prideful and they have such spiritual pride that they cannot handle people correcting them about the form. The form of godliness is, to me, the law of God pertaining to people. Okay, love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, soul, and strength and mind. That's the spiritual side, because God is spirit. Those worship in spirit and truth. And then those who then love your neighbor as yourself. That's the neighbor loving, to take care of business, to do your work, do all that stuff, do right. Glory to Jesus. Is the form. So to reject the form of godliness is to reject, or sixth of the commandments. It's a rejection of the law of God. So it is an immature, it is a spiritual prideful thing, and it could cost you your salvation to reject the form. Literally. It could be a thing that could put you in a satanic trap that could destroy your life on earth, everything you've cared about, everything your walk was really based on to begin with, as you entered as a child and you turned into a spiritual prideful person who has death coming out of your mouth constantly. Sounds kind of weird, but it's truth. Okay, a lot of people who are trying to be the biggest spiritual big cheeses, and they really aren't spiritual at all because they reject the form. Your spiritual life means very little to me if the form is not a reality. Okay, there's got to be a foundation of, I want to take care of everything that is necessary in my life. Okay, there's nothing unspiritual about going to the grocery store. It's not wrong to do that. It's not like I'm not redeeming the time. Okay, redeem the time means keep the form in check, keep your natural life in check, keep your responsibilities serious, and then add to it the redeeming of the time, because the days are evil. Don't stop ministering. Don't stop seeking the face of God. Don't stop witnessing and passing out chick tracts. Don't stop doing the spiritual things. Just don't stop doing the form too. Don't act like this is all it is and who cares. I don't have to shave today. I don't have to make my bed today. I got more important things to do. No, God does not like that kind of an attitude. Okay, it's the stupid attitude. Well, you think John the Baptist cared about that kind of stuff? John the Baptist is not you. Okay, he is over there eating locusts and honey, and you are not him. We in America need to act like Christians in America. We are not being fed to the lions right now. We are being fed to the system of the world. And we're supposed to be resistors in one sense. In one sense we don't. We resist the sin and we embrace the leadership of it. But the form of godliness is of God. It just don't lack the power to overcome sin. Okay, because sin will send you to hell. Sin will send you to hell. Okay? So the form is not good enough on its own, but it's a sin to reject the form. Okay? We need all of the 10 commandments. We need to perfectly honor God and man. We need to hold everybody in high value and do right before the Lord in all ways. So don't reject. I'm protecting the form. This is what this message is called. Protecting the form of godliness. because it's not unchristian to do right. You know, I remember a long time ago when I first came to the Lord and I tried to renew my life in the Lord. I just really came back to life again. I think I probably would have been in deep trouble if I died before that. I literally would have, because I was living habitual sin. I don't believe you can go to heaven doing that. Anyway, so one Sunday morning, I remember having an issue getting to work to church on time. Like I used to go to regular churches, which is kind of okay if you know God led you to that place. And I used to have trouble because I was always trying to seek the Lord first. I'm always like, God, please, I need to feel a touch. I need to, oh God, I just need to go to the mountaintop this morning. I need to know that I'm Christian. I need to, you have these like mornings where you just wake up and you want something spiritual to happen, but you're not even dressed. And one day, after having gone through this several times, I woke up and I thought the Lord was saying to me, take care of business first. Do what you got to do first. Okay? Get totally ready in the natural. Get your clothes on, pressed and ready to go. Like you look sharp, look like you're ready to go to church, and then seek me. And that was what was order for me, because I was out of order. You know how you're out of order? Because you're late for church. That's out of order. You should never be late for church, hardly ever, unless it's some kind of totally crazy situation, car issue. You should have had your car fixed before that. What were you doing? I look at my time and I see myself wasting time a lot of times. I think it's really embarrassing. And the next day I'm like, I forgot to get gas. It's like I had all that time yesterday to get gas, and I was like, I don't live that far, and I'm rushing to work, and I'm having to get gas now. Stuff like that. It's like, that's not taking care of the form. Form is responsibilities in our day-to-day life. All those things need to be totally established so the spiritual can have freedom on top of that. Take care of your responsibilities and don't forget the power to live over sin. Okay? I'm not turning into Joyce Meyer, trying to talk about your everyday life, enjoying everyday life, which I believe is a lot of legitimate stuff. It's like form, But a lot of people who only think that she's a great preacher and all that stuff, they don't get into the power where they have strength over sin, I would beg to differ that a lot of people in those kind of circles, those mainstream circles, don't have victory over sin. Am I just guessing? No, I'm not guessing. The statistics will drown you if you disagree with me. I will destroy you with the statistics. There's no difference in the church in the world, if you call that the church, because they're the form. Form alone is the doctrine of devil. Power only, or spiritual thinking only, is still of the devil. God, the Holy Spirit, is calling us to the full package, not just part. Just spiritual is wrong, just the form is wrong. I'm protecting the form. To those who are only spiritual, they try to be so spiritual that they are out of order. God is grieved. God hates it. It's not cool, it's not godly, it's not really right. There's a deception in there that we've got to watch out for, because you'll be seeking the Lord, reading some really awesome material and memorizing your flesh some piece of thing and use it, and God's like, shoot, man, I got to use them now. I got to breathe through that because it's so true. I got to move through that. Someone speaks a word of truth that they read somewhere, and God breathes on it. There's a grace for delivering it, and you live off that grace, and you think you're the spiritual giant, but your house is still a wreck. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you got dishes to be done. You got floors to be cleaned. You have a temple to be taken care of. Your physical temple, your house temple, your things that you have charge over in your life should be in order. Things that you are around should be clean. They should be in order. Our homes should be in order. People like to be like spiritual giants. Oh, I'm called to be an evangelist. I'm called to be a pastor. I'm called to be all these big things. You can't be a leader of a church. You can't even lead your own house. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot more to just being a leader than just exercising your gift. Anybody can do that. A lot of chumps think that. They're so into that, like I'm talking about. These are the people like that. They've got spiritual giftings, and people don't recognize them because they don't care, because they already know what you are. A pathetically selfish when it comes to everything else. And you don't have a whole lot of foundations for the form. You're not responsible with your life. My dear friends, we need to be responsible with our lives, okay? Our houses should be in order. Our travels should be in order. I'm convicted on my own stuff. Like I have vehicles, and they're not always in order. I have one that I hadn't meant to be in order, and that's given my main car, and store some stuff in the other ones because they're not always working all that great. And then that one ends up being the issue. And so I don't really have the space to organize things. So my vehicles don't look like they're in order, and I don't like that. But for me, it's going to be a lot of money to get done. It's a lot of money just to pay for them, let alone to fix them and get them in order so I can have like a substantial vehicle, like where this is the vehicle that's got all the tracks and all the banners and all the gear in there for witnessing. I like to have it on hand so I can run around and do my thing at the drop of a hat, because that's how I operate evangelistically. I don't like to make plans doing it, because it just causes trouble. After doing it for so long, I know it works and I know it doesn't. Making plans to meet somewhere with people is a very dangerous thing for me to do, because I end up getting attacked bad that day. And it's like I like to do a lot of my evangelistic on the way home from work. That means I'd have to make plans before work. That means I'm going to get my rump roasted that day at work, and my job is hard enough without that. So I have a very strange way of doing things, so it makes it very hard to invite people along with me when I'm doing that kind of stuff. But anyways, we can get the form down, okay? That's my main point. It pleases the Lord to take care of your life. It pleases the Lord to wash your hair, to wash your face, to take care of your hygiene, to take care of clip your nails, to do things that just don't seem like they are that big of a deal. This is not spiritual. You can clip your nails unto the Lord. You can wash your hair as unto the Lord. You can put your clothes away as unto the Lord. You can clean your fish tank as unto the Lord. If you have it, you have rule over it, you have authority over it. It's your job to keep it in order and clean. It pleases the Lord. It'll make your soul rejoice when you are not going to let all your stuff pile up, all your dishes pile up, your floor get caked up with a bunch of junk. You don't take the trash out, your recycling out. There's just a lot of things. You don't vacuum the house, you don't dust. All these things. This doesn't please the Lord when we don't take care of our lives. Okay? It's not redeeming the time to ignore the form. I consider it to be a very radical sin to ignore the form. I hope this message is coming clear, bluntly and clearly, and in good love and good respect. I love you very much. I think that's pretty much it. I'm going to leave it at that. So I'm done. Thank you very much for watching. Bless the Lord.